Hello and good morning. Happy Sunday morning. Just have a look here. Today we have got a new online exclusive that is available. A border set of dies, which is amazing. And I am matching it up with a new up and coming stamp set that I really wanted to have some fun and play around with because I love these stamps that have the words and then they have the little line. So I thought this would be super sweet to see what we could do with it today. So that is what is on the menu for today. We are going to have some fun creating 2 cards. I'm going to use some nice bright colors. And we are going to just hop into spring with those flowers today. Good morning, Jan. Hello, Lynn. I'm glad you guys are here. I also have a couple other things, exciting things that are going to happen today. I have got two Fun Fold classes that I'm going to be giving away. I have got my bucket of, I don't know, 100 plus different names in here. I feel like I should be rolling it like this. I'm going to pull a couple names out of there for my Easter Bunny draw, and we are going to have a couple lucky winners that are going to end up with a Fun Fold class. And then I'm going to do an extra draw live today. I'm going to be creating, let's see here. This is for April's. I'm going to be creating May's Fun Fold class later this afternoon. So I have not got the samples ready yet because I still have to create them, but I'm going to give away one of those. So you'll be like the first to win May's Fun Fold class. Okay. All right, so we got a couple more people hopping on from near and far. Hello. This is Sue from Sue's Paper Creations, and you have found me today here, Facebook or on YouTube. I am glad that you are joining me today. We're going to have some fun creating. I love hopping on a Sunday morning, giving you guys some tips and tricks on how you can take your card making to the next level. So that is always my plan, for you to learn a little something or take some inspiration from what we do this morning, and then just have a fun day in your craft room. So today I have got, I'm going to get to create with you today this morning, which is always the best way to start my Sunday. And then I'm excited. I'm going to go and drop in. I'll pick up my dad, take my dad down to see my mom, and I'm going to have a good visit with my parents today. And then I think the rest of the day it's going to be like track pants and cozy clothes and crafting. That is my plan today. It's a good one, right? I think it's always a good one. It's a good one for any day. All right, awesome. We got a couple more people hopping on. This is wonderful. So I am going to just remind you of a couple things that I have got coming up. What I'm going to be drawing for today is, if you happen to participate in this little post that I posted, I think it was actually on Easter Monday, the Find Your Easter Bunny Name. Oh my goodness. Thank you guys so much for the entertainment of playing along, because there are some of the cutest names that came out of this, and I have got the 2 kits to give away. So I'm going to do that draw finally. Okay. And then I have got my ribbon share, my ribbon paper ribbons and Good Times product share. I love doing these shares. It's a great way to be able to get a little bit of something out of the new catalog, all of the papers from the new catalog, as well as all of the goodies from the online exclusive. So we've got lots going on coming up. So May the 6th is a huge day, because not only do we have our new catalog, oh my goodness, where is mine? Here it is here. We have a new catalog, and in here is a bunch of new gorgeous papers that I'm sure you've been seeing little sneak peeks of them online for sure. And then there is also some online exclusives that are being dropped as well. So in total, there is 15 new gorgeous designer series papers, specialty papers, combination of all those great things that are being released on May the 6th. And then there is 10 different gorgeous ribbons that are being released. So I know on my graphic it says 8. I missed 2 the first go around, and I am just going to add them in. I'm not, for the same price, I'm just chucking them in there so you get a little bit of 2 extra ribbons as well. So you will end up with 22 yards of ribbon. You will end up with 84 6x6 designer series papers and 36 the papers that are 12 by 12. I'm not cutting them down to 6x6. Instead, I'm giving you a half of each sheet. So it's still a quarter package, but I'm keeping it in the 12 by 6 because you can do so much more with a 12 by 6 and you can make some pretty cool fun folds with them. So I want you to be able to have the larger sheet this time, okay? And then I'm throwing in, I'm going to start cutting them this afternoon. Actually, I'm waiting for my big box of cardstock to arrive. I stocked up with free shipping on my cardstock, and I am going to be giving you 30 card bases as a little gifty and a package of flat pearls. So that is all the info on the screen. It is a great deal, and I'm putting in, they have got the most amazing package of pre-die cuts. That's for all occasions. It's called Good Times, and we always have a good time when we're creating, so I had to check that in there as well. So you're getting the paper, the ribbons, and the Good Times. All the stuff from the new annual catalog, and fraction of the price because you're getting a little bit of everything, okay? And then I just finished off all my cards to June's new card club, which is using the Cheers and Sips bundle. But there's also, because of our new rewards, I want you guys to be able to earn when you can. There's the option of also doing the host suite, and then I just send you out the pieces for your cards. You just pay for the suite, you get the cards, you get a free fun fold, and you get rewards. So I wanted to give that option as well. Okay, so that's what I've got going on. All right, let's get to creating today. Let me get rid of that. Awesome. And I'm going to head down to my workspace where you are going to help me do a little bit of creating today. Okay, so for today, we got a couple more people hopping on there. Will the June Card Club day be changed because it's Father's Day? I didn't even look into that, Christine. So, yes, if it is Father's Day, then I will change it. I had to delay it. It's later in the month than the first weekend in the month. I'm just zooming out here because I will be away when everything arrives and as on the Stampin' Up! Incentive trip. So I will be away for a portion of May, so that's why I had to delay it. But I will look into that. We may have to push it to the following weekend because we don't want to do it on Father's Day, right? I don't think they'd appreciate that if we're crafting away on Father's Day. So anyways, I will look into it for sure. Thank you for letting me know about that, okay? Because I already have some people, quite a few that have registered, so it's good to know that. I didn't pick that up. All right, so we are using Blooming Phrases. So this is not available yet. It will be. This will be one of the things that are going to be released on the on May the 6th. And I love it because it's got these little lines here, which I think are so cute. And you turn it this way and you add some flowers, and you can make these into the stems of the flowers and then have the wording and have your kind of greetings going up that way. So we're going to do a little combination of things with this between the two cards. And then we have got, this one is available. It was released with our last online exclusive releases, and this is the Fancy Border Dies. It's quite pretty, and I'm going to be using this decorative scalloped one, and then I'm going to be using this one as well. I will post some samples with different cards using the other edging as well, so you can check it out, and then this beautiful extra little greenery pieces too. But that is a great set, and it is there it is, that's the info there. So it is the Fancy Border Dies, and 165380, and that one you can find online. Okay, so I was throwing around some ideas, and as you can see, I am a great artist, a fabulous drawer here. This is why I do not draw. This is why I stamp, because I can't draw. But you'll see this come to life. This was my little doodle, and this is my other one. Okay, can you picture it? Can you picture it? It's going to look so good. But that is that is where we're stemming from, right? My little doodles here. All right, okay. So let's see here. Pat is joining us, as well as Mary. We got a few people hopping on. Welcome. So I'm thinking I will do one card, then I will do our bunny draw. Then I'll finish off the last card here, and then we will do a draw for a June Fun Fold. Okay, let's do it. So I'm going to condition my stamps. I thought that I would use some just bright designer series papers. These are the current patterns. I think they may be on. They're on the last chance because they will be retiring. I'm not sure how many of them are still on there, but they were beautiful patterns. We have a whole, every year they release in our color families, our brights, our noodles, our brights, our neutrals, our subtles, and our regals, as well as in colors as well. So both sets of our in colors. They release 4 new patterns. So they're two-sided. And so we've got the 2 patterns there and the 2 patterns there. And they have them in all of the colors. You buy them in the color families. I have included them in my product share because I use them all the time. And they are amazing at just, if you're using, say, okay, I'm going to pull in one of my samples from my class because I don't have any other little pieces here. But say you're using, this is one of the cards. You're getting to see the full card. This is one of the cards for June. But you can see the colors that are in here, right? So say you're playing along, you want to have a little bit more of a certain color. I think this has Berry Burst in it. This is why I grabbed this one. Yes, it does. So you can pull in, say, the Berry Burst, and you can pull in the Old Olive, and then you can incorporate them in with the designer series papers and draw out the colors that are in here using these color family designer papers. Okay, so you can mix and match, and you can add a little bit more in there, and it's nice because sometimes the patterns can be, I don't want it maybe that busy, but I still want a little bit more of that color in a pattern. So you can maybe pull in like a stripe, or you can go totally crazy and go more floral, right? So it's nice to have these to pull from as well. So they'll go with all of your papers that are also in your share, right? And you'll be able to get more out of your papers, okay? So that's why I included them. All right, so I'm going to condition my stamp set here. This is a photopolymer stamp set that we're using, and you can see it better if I have these papers out of the way. But I like to always condition whether it's red rubber or whether it is photopolymer. I have my, everyone asks me, what are you using? What is the secret tool here? And it is an elementary school eraser from one of my girls, probably 10 years ago, that I happened to find. But it is an eraser that like doesn't leave little bits, which is awesome. Although it's starting to leave a little bit, maybe because I'm starting to use it more. But It just takes off the original, like the coating that's on there when they produce the stamps, so that your ink is going to stick to the stamps better, nice and crisp right away. Okay. Okay. Now we're going to do a little bit of shading, just because I love to set a little scene with if I'm stamping something. So if I'm doing flowers, I like to have a little bit of sky happening, a little bit of grass. So we are going to pull in our blending brushes, and we're going to just do a smidgen of shading. Okay, so I do have some colors. I'm going to pull in Old Olive, and I'm going to pull in a little Pool Party. Okay, so shading is always a great way to add a little something to your card, just to liven it up a little bit, so it's not so just white. Takes away some of the white space, and it just adds a pretty bit of color to your card. So, I mean, sometimes you want it just to be white space and your flowers, but, oh, I got to get it the right side here. But I want to have just a little bit of skyline. And another reason why I love to do it is because I have grabbed a die from our textured notes, and it has all this beautiful detail around it. And when you rub it with your blending pens or blending brushes, you end up pulling out the pattern a little bit more. It sticks along the pattern, and it is beautiful. So let me just, I have a question already. This is awesome. Can you get the same results using the sponge daubers, or are the blending brushes a different effect? That is a good question. And I find sponge daubers, and do I have any right here with me? I don't. Sponge daubers, because they are smaller, and this is a larger surface area. Mind you, we do have the smaller ones too, but these are super soft bristles. So I find that it's easier to get a lighter shaded effect with a blending brush. Sometimes it depends how light of a touch you can do with your daubers. You got to be careful with the daubers, because if you add too much, then you're going to get, because they're so small, and you daub it on there, and if you get a high concentration of color, it's hard to get a shaded look. You get almost like little blotchy spots from the dauber. So it depends with, you know, how light you can go. If you can are really good at controlling your pressure with your dauber, absolutely you can get the right effect. I find that I have better control with the brush, if that makes sense. I hope that answers your question. But yes, you can get a great effect with the daubers. Are awesome too. I just find, especially larger areas, that with these brushes you get a lighter touch. Okay, so I'm going to put just a little bit of green and a little bit of blue. All right, but great question. I love questions. This is what it's about, right? It helps a lot. Try and explain it in a way that makes sense. Things always make sense in my mind, but how they come across, hopefully good. All right, so let's start with our stamps. We could do this 2 different ways, actually. Ooh, I'm going to show you another trick. Okay. You can, if you are using multiple stamps, if I can fit them, let's see the length. Let's see, I think I can do it. If you can fit all of them onto the one block, like what I was going to do. Sorry, I just had a moment in my head of an idea, and I have to figure out how to explain this to you. But I am planning on doing like happy. Actually, I'll lay them right on the card. Happy. And I'm going to put a little flower on the end. This will be so cute. And then I'm going to do birthday. This is such a cute, oh no, that's celebrate. We want celebrate at the end, because we want happy birthday, and then we want celebrate. Okay. And then I got the birthday up here. All right. So these are going to be flower stems. Aren't they cute? And they're going to say happy birthday and celebrate, because I want 3 flowers. So what I can do is I can lay them down. They're sticking to my fingers. Lay them down exactly in the position that I want. So that is looking good to me. I think I want that. I'm going to pop down my birthday just slightly. I want it to start right at the edge, and I want this one to be longer, of course, but I think that looks pretty even. I got to move my birthday over a little bit, maybe my celebrate a little bit. Okay, I think that's good. I'm happy with that. Now, another thing with these stamps that are skinny and they've got these little lines to them, okay, if you were to put them onto your block, and I have gone over this with other stamps that kind of have a lot of give to them, it's great if you want to say curve something and make it, more of a curved stem, you can manipulate them, right? Which is a good thing if you want to get a different effect. But if you want to make sure that you're stamping something straight and you want the stem to be straight in the natural curve that the stamp came to, it's better to put it on your work surface and then add it to your block, because it's going to keep its natural form and you're not putting it on there and you don't know it, but you could manipulate it just a tiny bit. Okay, so back to what I was going to show you, and these are all the greetings here. We got a happy birthday, so you can do, and they're all different lengths. So you got a happy, a thanks, birthday, celebrate, hello there, anniversary, just because, and thinking of you. So you can combine the words with like a happy anniversary, a hello there, thanks, just because, you can do all that sort of stuff. You can make your own combos, customize it, right? Which is nice. So I have got these laid out. Instead of stamping each one individually, this is what came up in my head. I am going to put my block over top. I'm going to pick them all up. It's actually stuck to my card there. And I'm going to ink them all together. And I have got my whole, I don't have to worry about lining them up and make sure that I'm doing it right, because I've got them exactly at the length that I want, separated the way that I want, and I can go ahead and I can stamp. There we go. So another tip with these is, if you're gonna line them up and put them on a block together. I am going to use, because these are stems, the question is, I'm gonna use green because they are stems. So I'm gonna use garden green. Yeah, I'm going to do that. So I'm going to ink them all up. Now, first time stamping these. So sometimes I like to get the feel of a stamp first. I didn't stamp them first. That's why I ended up die cutting an extra piece if I need it. But we're gonna nail this the first time, right? I've got all of your support. It's going to go. All right, so let's do, here we go. Going down. So always like to hold a good 1, 2, 3, especially photopolymer. You got to let time to transfer the ink. Look at that. Happy birthday, celebrate. I love it. Okay. So again, isn't that sweet? I mean, you could definitely do this way and just put a little flower on the end, but we're going to have this like growing up, and I think that is so cute. Okay, now we're going to pull in our flowers, and I got to decide which ones I'm going to do. I think I'm going to do like this little, almost like a Gerber daisy. Let's see what this one is. Oh, that's pretty. Another little flower, and then we do have like a little rose, or I could try this one, which is different. I think I might do this one on the next card. I'm going to stick to just like the flowers, and then we're going to do this one. Okay. Isn't that sweet? So that's what we're gonna do on the front here. We've also got a little leaf here that we can add some leaves to the stems as well. So we'll do that after, but we're gonna decide on our colors. So in my little doodle that I did, my thoughts, I think I'm going to pull Berry Burst because it's such a beautiful, bright, and cheerful color. I'm going to do the Berry Burst. So therefore, I think I want to do one of the flowers Berry Burst. And I'm going to do, I think, the center one just to kind of offset it. And then I have to pick my other colors. So we'll do Berry Burst for one flower. I was thinking maybe Gorgeous Grape because it's so pretty. And then we could keep with the pinks and the purples. Or we could do an orange, which might be a nice little bit in there. What do we think? Do we do pink as the last, the Flirty Flamingo, or do we do the pumpkin pie is the question. You guys do your little vote on those two. I'm going to start with the Berry Burst, okay? Pop her in the comments. Let me know what you think. I'm going to go with Berry Burst first. No, do the ones that I know I want to do. Okay. I was doing some, having fun with some different techniques the other night just to kind of try some things out. And I've got some blocks that have got ink all over them. I almost had ink all over my fingers. Okay, so I'm going to just stamp off this once. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay. Here we go. Gorgeous. Okay, love it. Okay, Flirty Flamingo, Flirty Flamingo. Okay, we've got pink. Pink seems to be the winning color right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pumpkin pie, pink, orange, pink, pink. Lots of pinks and an orange. How about I will do orange for sure in the next card, okay? I still have a card to make. This is only card number 1. And we will definitely do it in the next one, okay? So therefore we get our orange. Now, I think I'm going to do this purpley color and Gorgeous Grape. Okay, I'm going to do this one here. So cute. These little flowers are so fun. Okay. I'm going to do our pink. The daisy would be upside down. Yes, that's this one. You think it's upside down like that? It could be, yes. But then it could be, or it could be like that. I mean, I've seen both, but you're right. That's the center. So we're going to go this way. Good catch. Thank you so much, Linda. I would have done it upside down. Probably still would have looked cute as can be, but let's do it this way. I mean, if I really wanted to take some time, especially with ones like this that have a center, I would get out my Stampin' Write markers and I would do the petals one color and I would do the center another color. But we're going to keep it just like that. Okay, so I think we do need to add a few little leaves. I think would make it quite cute. I just want to have a look at, there it is there. There's my little leaf. And then there's also this little one. I think those would be petals too. I mean, I looked at that and the first thing I thought was eyebrows. Not thinking it's eyebrows. Definitely not eyebrows in this case, but I'm like, ooh, I could use that for eyebrows on something. You know how your mind creative mind goes to that. But I'm going to do this little cute little leaf, and I'm going to do it on the stem. So we'll just do just a couple. Let's see here. Just like this. Love it. So cute. Do one here. Just makes it come to life, doesn't it? I need to re-ink my Garden Green ink. There we go. That one's a little darker. I just finished restocking up all of my ink pad or my re-inkers because I was out of quite a few, and I'm so excited. I have been waiting for the re-inker for this forever. It has been out of circulation and it is finally back. If you are waiting for your Memento, the ink pad and the re-inker are finally back. So I've got, I think, 5 ink pads that are all like, I need more ink. So I finally get to re-ink them. Okay. I am going to cut this down. Let me just grab my trimmer. I was trying to figure out which way I wanted to do this, and I think I want to cover the entire surface. Sometimes it just looks beautiful when you cover the entire surface. So I'm going to do that. We're going to end up cutting off the edge, but I can use that for something else, another little trim, but I'm going to go 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Okay. And then I'm going to use this piece here and I'm going to flip it. And I am going to just cut 3/4, 3/4 of an inch. It's probably going to work. To be safe, I'll start at 1 inch, but I may end up just using 3/4 of an inch and by 5 1/2. Okay. Or I might do green. We'll see. We might switch out the color. Green might look pretty when you see what I'm planning here. So I'm going to cover this whole surface up with this berry burst. And I love the lines. If I had to, I mean, I guess I have used all 4 patterns a fair amount, but something about stripes. I love a good stripe. Okay. So we're putting this over the entire front surface. Like that. And then I am going to grab my edge and I'm going to cut it. So I'm going to pop it in my Stampin' Trimmer and I'm going to cut off this amount. Okay, so I do have my machine ready to go. I'm going to trim that out and I want to make sure that that's going to be an okay amount. Yep, that'll be perfect. We'll still have this over here. That'll be good. So I'm going to do right about there. Okay, so we're looking at maybe 3/8 of an inch. I'm cutting off, not too much. And I am going to use some help of a little bit of washi tape, if I can get it on here, because these are longer dies and I don't want it to shift in my machine and then I end up with a crooked line. So I'm just going to use just some little bit of random washi tape, and I always make sure it's not too sticky, and I'm going to just add that on there because there is many times when, especially dies like this, because they are so long, if they happen to shift, then I mean, it kind of, you have to start again, right? Okay, so there we go. I've got it there. We're going to run it through. And I have to be careful. Again, the reason why is because the dies are the same width as the machine. So if it happens to touch the edge, that's when it shifts. And that's when I've had the issue. Okay. All right. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay. So it's always nice to have something like a decorative edge. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so we could, now we have another option. We could switch it out. I was going to stick with the berry burst and do a little tone on tone, right? We could do tone on tone. If that's too busy, we could leave it just white, which I think looks nice and classic. Or we could pull in a little bit of green. So this is the fun with this paper, is you can kind of play around with it. I'm going to show you what the green looks like. And we'll make our choice. Let's The nice thing with having a little bit of pattern on the inside is when you open up the card, there's something pretty to line it. Now, this is a little bit brighter. They usually have one pattern that's slightly muted, and I think this might be kind of nice because it's not so dark, but it blends. So that is quite pretty. And then that can be on the inside. So I think I am going to go with that. What do we think? Love the stamp set. It is a pretty stamp set, I know. And it's fun to play with too. So, and then the other thing that we've got going on is if we were to wrap ribbon around here, we're going to go over the wording. So we don't want to do that. So I'm going to keep it just nice and clean. I'm going to add some cute little embellishments, and we're not going to need a whole lot more than that. It's just going to be cute. It's just going to be a cute card. Okay, so let's do this. Now I'm going to do a different look and a different, we're going to go the other opposite direction. The flip side is kind of nice, right? Because it's not so bold, and we don't want it to take away from our pretty front here. But I do love that edging. I just think it's so pretty. We used to have quite a few border punches, and I would use them all the time. Or I will often, even without a border, I will often cut just a 1/2 inch or 3/4 of an inch off of the front panel of the card, and then add some coordinating beautiful papers just to line the inside so that you have the look of something pretty on the inside as well. Okay, so I think for, let's see, embellishments. I think I'm going to go with these beautiful holographic ones. I happen to have them out too because these are the embellishments in June's card club, and it's nice because when they're holographic like that, like you put them down and it automatically reflects the purples and the pinks and the greens, and it adds some shine, which is nice because we don't have ribbon on this one. I mean, I could do, I could pull a little ribbon down one side, but I think it's kind of pretty without, because I don't want to take away from the wording. So we're just going to go, let's see here. We're going to put one here, and we're going to put one here, and we're going to do one here like that. And I think that is all we need for that. Simple, right? But pretty. So you don't have to do, you know, a die cut. If you want to have a similar look and just with the stamp set, then I would just cut a rectangle, stamp on the rectangle, trim off, say 1/2 inch, and then do a paper on the front and a paper on the inside. Okay, and you don't have to have, you know, any dies. If you want to just keep it nice and simple, you can do that. All right, but I had to use that die. Okay, let's move on to another look that you can do with this stamp set. And we're gonna have to pick another color to go on the bottom. So from our papers here. So we'll do that in a second, but I want to show you what we're gonna do. Okay, so for this one, let me just see. I might go just yellow on the bottom because we're going to have green or we're going to have all of our flowers. Let's see. Maybe I want a yellow flower. Maybe I'll do a teal. I like all these colors together. So I think we will do flowers. We're going to do 5 flowers. How many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm going to do 5. So I think those will be the flowers, and I'm going to do this on the bottom just to bring in all the different color combinations. And we'll use this paper because this is Coastal Cabana, and I love it. Okay. So I am going to start by, let's see how to start this one. I'm going to start by stamping my flowers. I know this is a different way to do it, but I'm going to start by stamping my flowers on here. Then I'm going to do 5 flowers. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I am going to, well, you'll see. It'll all come into play here in a minute. But let's start with our flowers. And it doesn't matter what color stem or what length the stem is. We're focusing on the flowers first. So I'm going to stick with the colors I've got for these ones. And then I'm going to pull in, I'm going to do maybe, although I'm going to get my cleaner because I think this would look pretty for the one that almost looks like lavender or a hyacinth. All right, let's do it. So I'm going to switch this little daisy to yellow. I'm going to keep that one berry burst. Actually, the rose, maybe I'll do, I'm trying to think what colors I've seen in like a Gerber daisy. I have seen kind of orangey colors, so let's do orange for that one. Okay, here we go. Like I said, it's coming from just a little sketch that I had. We're going to see how this plays out. Okay, orange. Yeah, that's pretty. Okay. So we are going to go 5 flowers. Here we go. 1. Cute. Okay. Then we're going to go berry burst. We'll switch up our colors here. We're going to need flirty flamingo. We're going to need green. We're going to need yellow. Okay, let's do berry burst next. And we'll go up a little. Like that. And then we are going to go a yellow rose. One thing I do love about the glass mat is as I take my stamps off the blocks, and I need to clean them still, but I don't want to. Did I bring my yellow over? I thought I brought yellow ink over. I got to go grab it. But I don't want to take a chance of just sticking them anywhere. I stick them actually on my glass mat up in the corner, and then they're not going to move on me, and I don't lose them. So. We're going a yellow rose because this looks like a rose to me. That was our wedding color. Flower was a yellow rose because it was my mom's wedding flower too. We did the same color. I wanted the same as my mom. Yellow roses. Okay, let's see here. We're gonna try the other stamp, this one right here, and I'm going to do it in purple because I think a stem will go right up the center of this one. I haven't used this one yet, but I think that's what this does. We're going to find out. Let's see. Yep, I'd say that's what's going on. So we're going to do this one here. 1, 2, 3. 4. And then I need one more, and I'm going to do it in the pink, so I have to decide. I'm going to maybe do the daisy again because I only have so many flowers. Because this one here, I could just do like a green leaf. This one here, no, I think I'm going to do this again because this is just going to be like a little accent flower. So I'm going to do this one again. I'm just going to clean it off, and we're going to do it in pink. So we'll do that daisy again, and we'll do it in pink. Okay. All right. We're going to go like that. Okay. Now, I am going to take, let's see here, let's see which one's got the longest little stem. I am going to take and I'm going to use just one of the stems. And it doesn't matter which one. I just want the stem, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get out my green. And I put it on the side so I can see it. And I'm going to use this as my stem. Now I have to be careful with that one. I'm going to bring it down here like that. Okay. All right, so there's my stem. So I'm using it just for the stem, okay? Then I am going to cover up the words just like that. So I'm going to need to cut a piece, and I think I'll end up trimming around the edges after. I just want to get this at the right level. I'm going to start with 2 inches. Let's see. Actually, 2 inches I think is perfect. Okay. So we're going to end up doing that. Yep, I love it. Okay. So now we're going to add this onto the bottom. So you can't see the words. So instead, now all we've got is cute little flowers. Okay, I'm going to trim this up just off of the edge here, like this, like that. And then I am going to bring in this, and we are going to cut this bottom part. Okay, so again, I'm going to use the same little piece of washi tape that I did on the last one because it's lost some of its stick. And you know how I was telling you about the edge that was cut off? I'm going to use this on another card now, you see, so I can do that. Okay, I love the tip of the border showing different DSPs. I know, it's so pretty. It's so pretty that way. Okay, so I want to make sure this is in the center. That looks good. It looks even. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tape it into position like that. We're going to run it, okay? Again, I got to be super careful. Let's see, not to touch the edges of my machine. Is it going to fit in there? It is just, I mean just. Okay. Let's do it. Come on. Okay, so now we're going to take this piece off like that, and we are going to have this cute little edge for the bottom of the card. Okay, like that. Now we're going to, of course, line it with another pattern if we want, or we could just leave it white. But I think it's kind of fun to line it with another pattern. So we're going to need to go probably, I'm going to see if 1/2 inch is going to work. Let's see. Yep, that works pretty good. Okay, again, if you don't want it as bold, you could go like that. You could also use stripes. Might be nice in a lighter color. Let me see what I've got. Let's see, I've got a few shades. Maybe we should go neutral. So maybe I will do, so I've got all the packages here. We could do something more neutral, I think, which might be nice. We could do like a stripe. You let me know. Or we leave it just white. So we could do more of a neutral in there. And if it helps to make that decision, I might do neutral because I'm going to put this little piece right across here just to edge our color. I'm going to put a little bit. I'm thinking like that. See, and then this color is the same as this. So I think that might be kind of nice to bring that in. Okay, so let's go. I think we got to go 1/2 inch. Let's see. Now, what you could also do, you know, just as we're coming up with ideas, is you could make this gray piece into a gift card holder, and I'll show you how. So I'll finish decorating this up in a second, but you could turn this piece, because it is a wider piece that we're hiding in behind there, you could turn this into a gift card holder just by adding either with some tear tape or your liquid glue. Just add some glue on 3 different sides and then pop it in, and it creates a little pouch for you to add in a little gift card if you like. Okay, just like that. And then you've got a space. I don't have a gift card here, but I do have a die cut almost the same. And then you can add in, if you want, a gift card into this card, which is nice. I mean, you don't have to. You could just have a beautiful piece of paper. You could do that. You could add like another little border or whatever on. You could border this piece on the inside if you wanted, but you could turn it into a gift card holder. Okay. So then we've got 2, and I mean, this would look nice in this direction too if you weren't having your flowers that way, but that would look pretty just on a card front, right? But I like that. Okay, then now I did originally think, I should have scooted these flowers down a little bit, because my thought was to add the thanks right here, but I think I can add the thanks down on the blue and it will show up. So let's grab, or we could do celebrate. We could do celebrate down here, but I think I want to do a thanks one. So I'm going to pull out and I'm going to do the little thanks. So we've done the celebrate. So let's see what the thanks looks like. And we're going to do a little thanks on this one. Because you can always use the thank you card. Or, I mean, you could do the thinking of you. I like the little one line ones. And we still have to put leaves on our little pretty flowers up top. But I think the thanks would look pretty. And I think it's going to show with our dark gray here. And again, it will just tie the gray into the layer that we've got on the inside. So we can do a little thanks, just like that. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Okay, let's add a few little leaves onto our flowers. But it's just a nice, simple, cute look for a thank you, or whatever greeting you end up putting underneath there, and a different way in which to use the stamps. Now, I should have grabbed one that had a longer stem. I would have liked the stem to go up the center, but I was afraid that we would end up seeing part of the wording for that one. But I wanted to try that stamp out, right? We stamp and learn, right? We do. Put these ones up a little higher. I like the blue with the other bright colors. It's a good complementary color. Vertical, thanks, beside the flowers. So like up this way. Yeah, that would look cute too. Or the last one could have a wording. It would just be up super high. But there is, again, just fun ways in which you can use these, right? You can extend the stem with a white, with a Stampin' Write marker. Good point. Look at us coming up with great ideas. I love this little community. Or not so little. We have been growing. But that is a great idea, Amy. Absolutely you could. You could get a little marker and you could extend the little tail of them for sure. Okay. So I am going to add just a few little embellishments on here. And then I think we are good. I'm going to add one next to our little thanks. And I'm going to add kind of a couple up here. We might end up with more than, let's see, let's do one here, 1, 2, 3. I like to work at 3s or 5s. That's me. I think a lot of us do. So I'm going to do one here, and then I'm going to put kind of a larger one, and I'm going to put it right there because we can also do it on there as well. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoop. Just took one off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like that. And there is another kind of fresh, fun look for these stamps, and just some fun ways in which you can use those edging dies. There we go. All right, now I forgot to do my bunny draw in between, so let me go ahead and do that. I have to say that and then again, this is for if you missed it. If you happen to drop a comment on this post here for the bunny name, which I've got some that I thought were adorable, like Jumpy Mac Candy, Ears McClover, Fluffy to Hopscotch. Like there were some really funny ones. I like this one, Fluffy Mac Jelly Beans, and Cotton O Big Ears. They were really cute little names. Okay, so that was fun. Just a little fun thing to do for Easter. And I've got all my names here. Now, I included everyone into this draw. Didn't matter where you live. If you are not in Canada and your name is drawn, I'm just squishing them so that they're kind of all, I might have to put them into a different barrel because my hand hardly fits in here. I am. I'm going to get another tin. Hold on. I need to be able to stir them. Okay. Let's see. I've got candies in that tin. Let's get rid of the candy. Okay. We're going to dump all of them into here. You see them all going in there. That is much better. Then I can stir them around. But if you happen to, if you're not within Canada, I can't send you one of the kits, but instead I could send you a PDF as a little gift. So that's what I'll do. Okay. So they're all in here. I'm stirring them about. And I'm going to take 2. Okay, here we go. 1. All right. We have Carissa. Carissa is winner number 1. I think, Carissa, I do believe you are within Canada. I remember, right? I'll have to check with you. If you're not, then I'll send you a PDF, but it just means that, we'll have another kit to do another day. Marianne, congratulations. I don't think you're watching today, but I know you are a Vancouver Island girl, so I know where to mail that one for sure. And Carissa, yes, you are definitely in Canada as well, because I know that you are. Yeah. So I'm going to be mailing those ones off. So those are the winners for the bunny names. So Carissa, congratulations. And then Marianne, congrats to both of you. Now I am going to do one more live draw here, online exclusives, I think. Is that stamp set retired? No. The stamp set, yeah, if you were not, if you didn't catch the beginning, this one is a online exclusive, but it's not released until May the 6th. So you can't get this one. This was I got in pre-order. So this will be available in the online store under online exclusives May the 6th. Okay. As for the border dies, they're in the online exclusive section now. All right. It's just we have a whole bunch of new stuff that's coming out, and as a demonstrator, oh yay, you are here. Congrats, Marianne. As a demonstrator, I'm able to grab those things early. Yeah. So it will be coming. It's coming soon. All right. So let's take a comment. Tell me which card you like the best here. And we're going to go comment number 5. And I'm going to add you to my list. I got to get out my book. I'll let the comments run. And I'm going to add you in for May's Fun Fold. Okay. So let's go for it. Comment number 6, I think I just said 6. We're going 6. And I've got my book. I have to write all of my names still of those who placed orders in this past month, in the month of April. You automatically are getting my May Fun Fold. Okay. All right. Let's see. Number 2. Did I say comment number 2? Love them both. Oh, number 2. A card. Oh my goodness, I'm catching on. Okay, let's see here. All right, Teresa, we got 1. Mary, we got 2. Alexina, 3. Marilyn, 4. Marianne, 5. And Christine Tubman, you are, I'm writing it down in my book. Christine, congrats. You are going to get May's Fun Fold class. What you end up with a video. I have to post the videos on our team page still because I have the video to post for the month of April. But it'll be nice because you actually have the pieces to create the cards. Okay. All right. So does anyone want to see? It seems to be number 2 is the winner. First one, number 2. First card, number 2, number 2, number 2, number 1. Number 2. Number 2 seems to be pink card. We're a little toss up there. So about the same. Either way, it's a cute set to kind of play with. I think it would be adorable for little 3x3 note cards or a package of our plain note cards, and you'd be able to stamp some easy flowers and an easy greeting, and you could have like 20 thank you cards if you needed them or whatever the occasion may be. So quickly. Yeah. All right. Oh, I didn't press that one down. Now, I will show you before I go. I'm going to show you June's, all 4 designs for June, because June registration is still open for Card Club if you want to hop in. I also have, I've got all of them here. I love this. I love this. The whole celebratory Sips suite. That is a mouthful. I love them all. Okay. And then if you are just tuning in, just to let you know, I do have all of my past. I will be adding in May's Card Club, which is the Thankful Garden. I will be adding that one in as well. I'm working on the PDF now. Classes next weekend. But I will have all 5 of them on the online PDF store, which is also in the link in the description. So if you just want to grab the PDF, and it comes with a 2-hour video of any of my past club classes, there is an option for those within Canada and without. So you can still get the PDF. It's super easy to follow, and you prep all your pieces, and then you just stick on the 2-hour video and I walk you through how to make everything. Okay. And you can use the different card layouts for whatever it is that you might want to use with it. Okay. So here's card number 1. I wanted to show with the cheers and sips that you could use these, you know, the glasses. You could use them as vases as well because there's all this greenery. So that is the first one. This is probably, I think this is my favorite. It's just so cute. The stamps, the papers, and all of these little elements out of one of the designer series papers. Like, that is just adorable. Love it. And you can mix that up. We have got this one here, which is our wow card. It is going to be our pop-up. So like this, and then you open it up and you have got a little "It's Your Day" and "Cheers to You." So that is another design. And then this one here, which I think I will do 2 different color backgrounds, possibly a yellow as well, which will look, instead of limes, it would be lemons you'd be stamping, and then 2 different, maybe pink lemonade or something you can put on the front. Okay, so that is your 4th card. So those are the cards for June's Card Club, and it's just a fun set. I did one with papers the other day, and I'm going to continue to make, I'm just going to go here. I am going to continue to make other samples with the sweets and sips, and I'll probably just add them at the end, just some other ideas that you can do with that set, because you can do so much with it in different looks. And then I'll take pictures of them and I'll just add them just as ideas or inspiration, and I'll add an extra page onto the PDF so that you have some other colored photos or pictures of other options that you can do with the set. Okay, yeah, it's fun. So anyways, you can grab that still until May the 10th is cut off. Class is up for debate. So I do have to look. Christine earlier during our live here brought to my attention that the day that I have chosen just happens to be Father's Day, which I should have looked at that. But I was delaying it later in the month because I am gone for part of May. So we may end up having to do June kind of the next weekend after that. Okay, so there'll be, and if that's the case, then I can extend registration because I will have time to put it together when I get back to extend that registration. Okay, so I will keep you updated, and we may end up going end of June for that one. Okay, and then we will bump, if that's the case, June will bump July, so they're not like right after each other, into mid-July, and then August we'll get back on track. Okay, because I know what I'm doing for all 3. All right. Take care, everyone. Have a great Sunday, and I will see you soon. Okay, bye. Congratulations to all the winners.